Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be doing something which we started last week, and we're going to be looking through the Forinthry refined planks and frames. Now, we're doing a pretty good timing for this because of the bonus XP announcement, which is coming on May 17th. The prices of frames, I presume, have started to increase because it's such a good way, and it is the best way, to train construction to 99, 120 or 200 mil. So what we're going to be doing in this episode is going through all the refined planks, but also the frames, just to see what we can do in terms of profits as well, and what things you can do in preparation for the bonus XP. Now is a good time to make some GP ahead, or at least get your supplies and process them so you can save yourself a little bit of GP. Now with this time for bonus XP, you've got one of two ways. Either you go and make the GP, or you make the resources to save yourself GP. Really, what we want to do is make sure that you're not wasting your time doing something which doesn't really benefit you in the long run for a bonus XP live. So we're going to start by going through and buying all the refined planks. Now I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit painful in parts, because some of these go very low volume at times, and by low volumes, like, you will not be able to buy any of them. So we're going to see who we can buy first, and then once we go from there, we can look at buying the frames. And in worst case, if we can't make anything, we'll hopefully just like go to Forinthry, make the refined planks, and we'll have a rough sort of number of how much GP it's going to take. Now, as always, starting off very well, Acadia planks haven't bought, so we'll move on to the next one. And again, some of these are so niche that they probably won't buy, and yeah. So, Elder planks have actually bought, and bought massively over mid, so that's always a good start. 14k flip just from them, and as well, like, when I say like a money making method, don't presume like you have to make them yourself. Like, you could flip these items and still make profits. Again, we want to be using those grand exchange slots. We want to make sure they're working for us. So if we can, at any point, like, sort of make some GP with the grand exchange slots, we'll want to do that as well. So Acadia and Magic haven't bought, so we're going to try Mahogany. And I think in terms of this, it's going to be the ones which sort of are commonly traded, which will make the most. Mahogany was cheap. That's almost half the actual price. Okay, so they're not selling. Right, so Mahogany have bought refined planks. Like, I can pretty much be very confident that things like maple, willow, yeah, they won't buy. And this is what we talk about. Like, these items are so low volume that at some point you can manipulate the price, but I don't think there's enough volume of people buying them to be able to manipulate the price. Oak might buy. Nope. 100k. And this will simply be because people don't either make them, or when they do turn them into refined planks, they'd rather just go through to the frame process instead. There we go. No one there. We can do one. But we'll just check them all anyway. We've only got two more to do. So what price will I go for? And again, look at that for a margin. So 6.7k, 40k. Mad. So the final planks, we've got use, which might go. Nope. So that didn't go. And then finally, the price of the standard frame, which again, shouldn't really sell because like there's no real use for it. Like, apart from like some of the early tiers of buildings, no real point. That goes for 15k. Brilliant. So what I've gone and done, because we couldn't buy all these, we've gone and made the refined planks at Forinthry with use of the plan box. So pretty much all the way up here is the price which we've instantly sold. Now, you probably get a little bit more, but again, we can't buy to test the margins. So what we can do off this price, so this is the price you'd want to buy your planks at, and this is roughly where we can work out where we need to be to actually make your money off the frames. So what I'm going to do is roughly work out like the prices and stuff, and then once we go through the frames and then buy and sell all the frames, we'll roughly know how much profit per frame it is anyway. Right, so now we've done that, we can go and buy the frames, and then this way we can like quickly sort of go through what makes profit, what doesn't. So what we'll do, we'll go in order of the level and just see where we are. So planks for a normal frame roughly works out to be 22.5k. And it's a bit weird how like similar in prices a lot of refines are. A lot of these frames actually come out around 22k. So the bottom price for that is 32. So for just a pure wooden frame, you are making 10,000 coins profit. And depending on like the volume and stuff, all these frames, you could probably make a little bit more as well. So very low requirement there. Again, once you've done the quest and once you've done all the other stuff, you can pretty much get like 40 to 50 construction just by upgrading your fort. Now, an oak frame is also roughly about 22 to 23k. That is just instant bought in the 30s and instant sold for just under 35k. Again, you're going to be making 12, 13-ish k per frame, which is actually really good for the level you're looking for. Willow is a big one, really. So this always seems to be the one in terms of the low level, which can sort of spike and go down quite a lot. 38k is not a bad price for that. Like Willow, you're going to be roughly like 21k to make that. So again, once we've sold this, a Willow frame is probably 16 to 17k. And all of these 3 frames we've just done, I'd like to say you could do that straight after the new Foundations quest once you've upgraded the fort and you have your workshop. Maple, again, very niche, not too sure on the price. And again, like not sure on the demand, but 30k for that. Again, for Maple, it's 22.5k. I'd probably avoid that one. After Maple, though, this is when we start to go into the big hitters. So, Acadia, Mahogany, Yew, Magic Elder. These are sort of the levels where people will go and buy these frames for the XP. Rather than like do them to upgrade the forts, which is what you really need the lower tier for. These are more for the XP and for the XP which gets rewarded from doing them. So we're going to start with Acadia, which is actually really expensive. The Acadia planks came in at 52.5k. Very, very high and very much over mid. And I could assume that those could be a very good one to make for refined planks from, depending on what price you can get the logs for or the planks. So that's definitely one to look into making into planks or seeing if there's a way of profiting as well. But the fact it was 52.5k, you still made just under 10k profit, which is still really good. I do think we might have a couple of better options though. So Mahogany is actually really cheap. The refined planks actually bought like considerably below mid, like 5k each. And all you need to do is hit this for a mid price and you're going to be making bank. Yeah, so Mahogany's came in at 15k for all the refined planks. We've just sold that for just under 40k. So you're making 25k profit per Mahogany frame. It can't be that bad. Like if you can do what you need to do per hour, you could be making upwards of like 10 mil just doing Mahogany frames. Really good. And because Mahogany frames is sort of mid sort of way of the road, you're beginning to get some decent XP as well. People just think that frames and refined frames and planks are just there for money. Not anymore. Like all this you're doing is construction XP. You're doing construction as a profitable money making method. It's not really a Bible. Unless you go and buy the frames, you're making profit with construction just by training and doing this. U frames are the one I think is sort of the best GPs for XP. Similar with Magics. Magics are very good as well. So for a U frame, you're 27.5k and you're going to be turning it just under 41. So 14 to 15k profit there. Really, really good. Now Magic I think is a little bit expensive. So it's 48k for a frame for the refined planks. I can't see it being that high or over mid, but we shall see. I tell you what, I'm a little bit wrong there. That's just bought for 65k. So that's 17k profit from Mahogany frame. Really good. And now is the big money one. So Elder is the one you're going to be spending the most money to like invest to buy the supplies. However, if you're going to make a profit off any frame, which is big money, Elder is going to be the one. So in terms of the price for an Elder frame, you're looking roughly about 165k. And that is just sold for 180k. So 15k profit per Elder, which don't get me wrong, grand scheme of things, it's still really good money. But for the amount of GP you need to invest in your planks to be able to do it, I think your money's better off in other areas. Like the fact that you could buy the Mahogany refined planks for so cheap, that's currently the best profitable one at the minute. Now I don't think the refined planks will be that cheap for that long. I'm pretty sure they will go up quite quick once that volume is bought on the Grand Exchange. But there's pretty much solid 10 to 25k profit through all the frames. No frame apart from Maple really lost money, and that's the benefit of this money making method now. Like construction's completely changed. It's not that absolute money sink Bible anymore. You really do make profits, and for whatever reason, frames just seem to swap prices and profit all the time, and you can always seem to make money from it as well. And this is why I always say check your margins before doing something, because if you know you're going to make money from the outset, you know you're onto a winner. But don't hold on to these items too long. Once you have a decent stack, get them sold, get them moved on, and then hopefully you'll make a bit more profit as well. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.